What's good? Me? Check me out. As above, so below is how the saying goes. That's why I've been getting in tune with the cosmos. Universal flow. Cause in my soul I know. Just as the stars shine, that's how niggas go. Most niggas swag, some niggas style. But I shine like the sun that's above us all. It's in us all. It's been scientifically proven that we're made of the same stuff. Bad stuff. Don't believe me? Go look it up. Are you doing that? I'ma be getting it. Medicate, meditating, then I levitate. Mind on another level as my vibrations elevate. Yours could too. Just free your mind. What are you afraid of? I swear you'll be fine. They hate it, I'm enlightened, so they throwin' shade. But when you glow, it's bright, shining.
Now as the world turns sunsets and the moon rises, at night you see the stars shining. Motivation for me to keep grinding, so I can shine brighter than I am. Glow, 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 glow. You see me shine. Glow, 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 glow. You see me shine.
That's no wonder why people wanna be stars. Wanna be something you already are. So go and shine, little star. I know just what you are, and I look in the mirror and remember just what you are. Before it's too late, and it's still you shine. Trying to get away, we're still in your mind. Motherfuck what they try. It's about what you do. Don't worry about them, my baby. Focus on you. I come telling the truth, but you don't hear me though. But let the Beyonce say she see a nigga's halo. But you think you your zodiac sign, right? Ain't no constellations in the sky, ain't that's as above and so below. And why the fuck would you think that I'm lying? Hey, look, we're all celestial bodies, and I wanna see all of my people shine.
Now as the world turns sunsets and the moon rises, at night you see the stars shining. Motivation for me to keep grinding, so I can shine brighter than I am. Glow, 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 glow. You see me shine. Glow, 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 glow. You see me shining.
Yo, welcome to Life Under the Scope. We got a very special guest, a friend of mine. I would even say family. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. And for for the people that haven't tuned in, welcome. For the people that have, welcome back. This is gonna be a great episode. But like I said, I'm gonna let him introduce himself and let everybody know who we got in the house today.
MJ Dynasty, what's good, brother? Thank you for having me. First and foremost, shout out to Life Under the Scope.
No problem.
I am Trey Good or Trey Good Khalil. What am I? I'm a co-creator, bro. Like, I'm a co-creator. Born in Detroit, raised in Detroit, currently in Fairfield, Iowa. Been here for the last 7. But I say myself as a co-creator because I'm an entertainer, I'm an enlightener, I'm a budding entrepreneur, and all of the things that I do not even of my own volition, really, because it's part of my mission. So I say I'm a co-creator because the creator that has created all of this, I'm just a part of it. What else? Father, husband, brother, son, friend, confidant, counselor. I have a lot of different monikers, man. But ultimately, I'm just a co-creator, bro. I'm a thought. That's it. I'm a thought.
I got you. So, give us a snapshot of who you are. A quick synopsis of yourself. Tell us what has happened in your life to make you who you are today.
All right. Well, yeah, like I mentioned, bro, like born and raised in Detroit. What's happened in my life that made me who I am? Mm-hmm. First and foremost, I fell in love with Michael Jackson music.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that one, but that's like perfect because that's my favorite artist.
Bro, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is the reason why is a part of the whole story that is Trey Good, right? So, born and raised on the east side of Detroit. Really, in my informative years, I was in daycare, bro. Like, cause my moms and my pops was always working, so I was at Miss Joanne house.
Okay.
So I was in Miss Joanne house and I was like fucking 12. And it kind of sucked. I ain't like it because I was the oldest one there, but I had more freedom and shit. And then like after a certain age, I was able to like go home and then like ride my bikes with my homies and shit. So I really had too much, direction. It was so much that I wanted to be growing up as a shorty. Like I wanted to be in football. I wanted to sing before I could ever rap, nigga, because Michael Jackson.
So you've always been an artist,
Yeah.
Even if it may be even drawing, everybody grew up trying to draw and stuff like that.
Right, I used to do that shit all the time. I used to have like little comic books in middle school. One of my homies was sending Facebook messages and the whole thread with us, and he was like sending pictures. I was like, damn, who did that? It was like, nigga, you did that. Like,
Yeah, man. Where you think MJ Dynasty came from? It came from Dynasty Comics.
oh, that's hard. That's
I
hard.
wanted to have. I had a friend. I always had friends that knew how to draw, and like that was, you can tell that was their gift, was drawing. And one day they would be, making money doing that. And when I was in middle school, a guy named Angelo, and we started a little comic book thing, and he had named it something, I forgot what his was, but mine was Dynasty Comics.
That's
So
hard.
I grew up and I was like, shoot, MJ Dynasty.
That's hard. That's hard. Like in middle school, my shit was Outlaws.
Okay.
The Outlaws. So I was heavy into anime at that time too. So Outlaw Star had came out, but it was just this concept of just being outside of everything, but still being in the shit was like what I was attracted to.
So I'm
But
pretty sure you into anime and
oh,
Kai and stuff like that too.
bro,
I wish my co-host was here right now, Ryan. He loved that type of shit. So.
hey man, we gonna have to do this motherfucker again then.
Oh yeah. When that's the whole structure of it right now. I bring somebody on. If they want to talk about what they've been doing in their life, their business, anything that they got going on, because I want to put a positive light on the people that's up and coming.
Right,
That that don't get that platform when they just starting out.
right.
I want to do that, and once we get it after that, then it's all hands on deck. Then we do round table discussions where we get everybody on here that's been on here, and we just break things down, analyze things, and give a perspective to people that they might not be thinking about themselves.
All right, solid. But I'm gonna finish with the synopsis and how I got.
Go ahead. No, this is beautiful. Like you said, we back on the porch, man.
Right, we back on the course for sure. So look, I grew up. I didn't really have, like I mentioned, I didn't really have too much direction, but I always had like this affinity for words. I remember in kindergarten, I had wrote my mama this this Mother's Day card, and I was using words that a motherfucking 5-year-old wasn't supposed to be using and shit like that. And I always just had this affinity with words and music and things of this nature. But I never really had the direction, the discipline, the guidance to cultivate the gift. Like I didn't even know it was a gift. It was just something I was able to do.
Right.
Like even with art.
Mm-hmm.
But fast forward to middle school, we started again, the Outlaws was a little comic book, but it was also like our rap group in middle school. We ain't recording not one song, but we had a whole notebook that we would all write in and write our raps and shit in. But so that was like my first little foray into music. And then I get to high school, and like back then and in ninth grade, I went to King. I went to King for ninth grade.
Okay.
And so I wasn't really rapping, but I would always rap to myself. I was always freestyling. My homie George, aka Illuminati G, who was a producer, rapper, artist extraordinaire, one of my player partners. He would always kind of bring up this experience. It's I was kind of a loner and shit, so I was just kind of to myself, just rapping and just being in my own world at that time. And him and a couple of the other homies, they thought something was wrong with me because I was just over there vibing and shit to myself. But then over time they got to know me. But I remember in ninth grade too, I had one of my first rap battles So there was like a pep rally at King, and they had us rap battle. And again, like I'm on some like just freestyle. Eminem was popping at that time. That was one of my favorite artists. So I ended up winning the rap battle in ninth grade, and then like from there, I was being more drawn to make more music. But even still, like I didn't record nothing until I got into like the 10th grade. I got into the 10th grade. I was in the 10th grade, and I met my dog Mo Easy Murray.
So you say that? Would you say that's the time and point in your life where you figured out that was the purpose, your purpose?
No, 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 hell no, hell no. I didn't realize that was just something I could do. It was fun. Okay. You know what I mean? But so 10th grade, I ended up going to Denby for the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Because I ain't do no motherfucking work at King. So, you know, if you don't keep a GPA, they're going to kick your ass out.
Yeah, definitely.
So I had got, shipped out of King. Went to Denby, met my homie Mo Easy, my brother. And ended up becoming a part of Most Wanted. And Most Wanted would then evolve and grow into Be Better Made. But in 10th, 11th grade was Most Wanted. And at that time, it was him, Mo Easy, Mark the Menace, PT, Pretty Tony, and Mike the Diz. So it was them four, and they had this like they just dropped this song they had called "We Got Them Whips." Okay. That shit was hard. And then for some reason, I met Murray at school. Mike, he ain't live around the corner from me. His girlfriend Kiki lived around the corner from me, and they was always over there. Okay. So I went over there one of my first times going over there after kicking it with Easy and stuff. So I went over there because it's literally right around the corner. Mm-hmm. And we all in the basement, bro, freestyling. I'm going. Them niggas is like, what the fuck? They lost their mind. It's like
they didn't know you low key was practicing for years and just like it's time now to unleash it.
And so I was just going. It was like, yo, bro, you cold. And then somehow, some way, bro, one of the first songs I ever recorded, bro. One of the first songs I ever recorded was at Hell of a Studio. But it was off Rosa Park because they was doing We Don't Need No Guns. Oh, that was called How You Love That. So the song was called How You Love That. That was my first time recording the song, bro. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't even supposed to be on the song.
Was you nervous? Was you nervous?
Was I nervous? Nah, I wasn't really nervous, bro. I don't know. I wasn't nervous. I was just ready to show niggas I could do it.
Okay. Yeah.
I was ready to show niggas. And it's crazy because I never just reflected on that particular point in time in my life, bro. Until now. So we still on the motherfucking porch. We kicking it for real.
Hey, man, you life under the scope, man.
Under the scope, for sure. And so I'm at Hell of Us. I'm name dropping Hell of for a reason and no reason at all because I don't even have a connection with Hell of at all, mm-hmm. Right? Other than that particular, part of my journey. But I write this 8-bar, verse while I'm there, and they nigga, you sound like Tupac. Cause my voice back then, it's crazy. Cause my rap voice was a lot more rugged and shit.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So it was more rugged, more
DMX.
Not no shit like that. No, but it definitely had more of a grittier sound. We don't need no guns for this beat. How you love that? I can't remember my whole motherfucking verse. I'm not even gonna try to do that shit. Okay. But starting from there, that kind of solidified me being a part of Most Wanted, being a part of what would then become Better Made. And then we did a mixtape called Live and Direct. We was recording over the homie Field crib that was right around the corner. And it was crazy because at this time, life was all the thing that I noticed when I look back on my life, when there's things that I want to do, bro, life will take me away from doing that shit. And it always leaves this void in me damn, I wish I could have been able to do that. I mentioned I wanted to play football. I was trying out for the Power League Giants, bro. I'm naturally athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And so during tryouts, I know I'm about to make this motherfucking team. I know I'm about to make the team. But somehow, some way, my parents end up going on vacation, going to Chicago for the weekend. I got to go to my grandma's house in New Haven while they making cuts. So I don't even get on the team. You feel me? So I'm like, damn, I wonder how my life would have unfolded had I got into sports back then. But since I wasn't able to do it, I said, fuck it. Like I would check out. I check out a lot as a kid because it felt like nothing would ever go the way that I wanted to do. Shit,
It's crazy because the more you talk about and give a synopsis of yourself, I kind of see myself in that same, like, damn, it ain't everything you want to do and try to do, it ain't going right. But then it's like people telling you to do the other something else, and it's like that's not what I want. That's not my passion. That's not what makes me happy. So
right.
Yeah.
And so like when we were recording live and direct, it was like 10th, 11th grade we was recording that. Like I was going back and forth to Oak Park because my parents was during, they was getting separated. My old man moved out to Oak Park, but then they started getting back together and shit. So my mom was out there in Oak Park, and I had to go back and forth to Oak Park and fucking Detroit. So I didn't get a lot of spots on the mixtape. But like on every spot I got on, bro, I wrecked it. I killed it. I did my thing. Oftentimes I would just host it almost. Mm-hmm. But it was a particular song called "Drop Them Draws" that it was.
Oh man! So you pretty versed in as far as like your kind of songs that you make. Cause
yeah, bro.
Like laid back songs, hype songs. You got a pretty good
catalog. I'm a fucking artist, bro. Like, and that's one thing I've really been accepting lately. It's like I don't. Once I started, dropping whatever I put out, whatever distributing and producing, publishing, whatever I'm working on now, it's going to blur the line of like, is he a rapper? Is he a singer? Is he a motivational speaker? Like, what the fuck is this nigga? Like, yo, bro, I'm just me. So, but yeah, I'm an artist. But yeah, so it was a song, Drop Them Draws. I wrote it. Me and Mo Easy did it. Easy did his verse, but we had like this back because it was it's time to set it off, the Young Gun song.
Yeah.
So we took that beat and flipped it, and like that was like one of the favorite songs niggas was fucking with in Denby. So I remember, bro, in our 12th grade like Grammys, how they had like little Grammys and shit for class.
Yeah.
Like other people was dressing up as other artists and shit, like. And entertainers, like we was just most wanted. We
ourselves, man. We already got it.
And we had performed, bro. We did Drop Them Draws, bro. That shit went crazy, bro. That shit is crazy.
I bet from that day forward, you all was like a bit popular as hell, and
bro.
Around that
fuck, nigga. Like we had the football team. Bro. High school was a lit time, bro. It was a lit time, but. Fast forward, I graduate Denby. I ended up moving out to Southfield because my parents was already out in Southfield. I ain't want to leave Detroit on my 12th grade year and start in like Oak Park or some shit like that. Cause nigga, I'm feeling like I'm established in the hood. But I probably should have went to Oak Park, nigga, and reinvented myself, nigga. I don't know. So I moved out to Southfield as soon as I graduated because my parents just moved out to Southfield because they was in Oak Park, got a house in Southfield. I get a job at Meyer, and then the Meyer on what's that, Telegraph and 12 Mile.
12 and Telegraph, yeah.
And I'm working there for like 2 months, and then the Best Buy just opened up. I apply to get in that motherfucking Best Buy. I get in that Best Buy. And then from there, I would say the rest is history, but it's not even. Like, that's, like, I'll get in the Best Buy. I meet a person by the name of Tedrick Jones, who you just happen to know.
Yes, I'm familiar with him. That happened to be my brother. He's been on the show before. We haven't, released that particular episode yet. But
okay. Man, hey, definitely got to put him on camera, bro.
Oh yeah. I got. Well, at that time we was actually we was doing it audio, but
Okay.
we was on live on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like in the early stages.
Okay. So, but yeah, so like I'm in 12th grade. I'm well, no. I'm 18, 19. Um, and I can't remember how in the fuck Ted found out that I made like that I rapped.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was another guy there. I can't remember his name. But I know that he did music. I think his name was like James or something. And so I think I think he mentioned to me that Ted was doing something with music. And I was like, yeah, bro, I make music too. So then we got to chopping it up. And then he invited me to come through. And then Worldwide Music Group start, it start formulating and things
And
like
I wish I had that picture because people don't know that was me on the cover. That was actually me, the outline of me with overgrown clothes on. That I
for
couldn't,
real.
yeah, like that was my brother's clothes that I had on, trying to shit make the logo. I'm like, man, that shit, to me it was something because I'm like, shoot, they wanted me to do it. That's what's up.
That's wild. But
Okay.
yeah, so like I'm giving like a whole fucking rundown, but
No,
I'm
you
gonna got
good. I love this. This is really what I want. I want to make the show that type of show where it gets
okay.
to that point because we've done other, shows where I've been one on one talking to somebody, and we've also done group episodes. But
Mm.
with more so with you, you have like so many different things that you're doing, and you say you're free to talk about all of it, and you say you're okay with that. So in
Bro,
turn, to turn up the scope.
just let's dial this motherfucker in. So yeah,
Yeah.
I link with Ted, bro. And then coming part into the worldwide, conglomerate. Because like at that time, I'm really on my own. Like my niggas is my niggas, but I'm not going back and forth from Detroit and Southfield like I would want to. You know what I mean? So it's like whoop de whoop. Then one of the first records that I recorded once linking with worldwide was Old English D's.
Yes. That
Old
was
English D's. And
that was
that was y'all lived off of
yeah, we was on
Devin and Illinois.
nah, it was what was it, Grand River and Hayden.
Grand River and Hayden. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I was over there in the
Mhm.
closet with the
Yep,
towel.
with the towel.
With the cover. There was a big ass fleece cover in that bitch or
Yep.
something.
Oh yeah, like definitely started from the basement.
Definitely started from the basement. And so yeah, bro, like since then, bro, like Ted has been a bro, he been in my corner, bro, for no reason. Like nigga, like I've been probably one of the worst investments, but yet
Ah,
I've been probably one of the worst investments, but yet
nah, I wouldn't say that.
like no, I don't say it. Shit, I'm probably one of the worst investments, but I promise I will have one of the greatest payoffs.
The journey ain't over yet. That's the thing.
That
So
part, because the journey ain't over. So it's like to invest into 18-year-old Trey Good who had a whole bunch of shit that he didn't like. He ain't know about himself. He ain't know about the world. He ain't know how to heal. He ain't know how to communicate. He ain't know what the fuck was going on with him. And to be able to be like, yo, this motherfucker, like for Ted to be like, this motherfucker got something, bro. He reminds me of Joe
see
Budden.
that talent, man. See that talent.
And like to be able to be like, bro, I'm gonna ride with you until some shit pop off. Nigga, that's been 10 plus years.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? But from there, we did mixtapes. We did bro. I did the Everything Improved mixtape. We did the Worldwide mixtapes. That's when he became Mr. CEO.
Yeah.
Jermaine got to doing DJ Rockin' came alive.
Mm-hmm.
And let me not forget to shout out Tempa and OVA.
Oh yeah, I've already I've been in touch with Temple. We trying to set something up.
So I definitely gotta shout them boys out.
Mm-hmm.
Because without them, I wouldn't have had no beats to rap on. Without them, I wouldn't even have no studio to rap in. Without them,
Right, he was the same way. He was making beats, he still didn't really know his own way, but he was just,
he was plugging away.
He was just, putting one foot in front of the other.
And so, but so all of that was going on, and then like I turned 22. When I turned 22, bro, I wasn't happy. You feel me? I wasn't happy. Like I had a lot of things going on. Young Good was popular and shit. I was connected with a lot of them, the young artists in the city. A lot of those same artists now are multi-platinum signed artists. I was down at
somebody by the name of Big Sean.
Oh yeah, Big Sean, Big Sean, Early Mac, Dusty McFly. I was down there at Capitol Park. You know what I mean? Street Lord Juan studio. I had Street Lord Juan tell me a couple of times, like, nigga, you on to something? Because it was me. Ted and I had got those USB wristbands with the Who Is Young Good flash drive on them. And I showed him the Street Lord Juan. He was like, bro, that shit next level. Nigga, stick to it. But at that time, bro, I had a baby on the way. I was chasing bitches. I was confused, bro. Like I was lost. You feel me? I was legitimately lost. And I remember, bro, like a string of events had occurred that just led me to like having this conversation with God. And I was just like, God, like, look, I just want a better relationship with you. That's it. Like I want a better relationship with you. I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything. I just know that I ain't happy. And I know that I want to connect with you. And like from that point, bro, a lot of things just started to open up. A lot of things just started like, so I got into Nichiren Buddhism at that time. And in that same month, I was introduced to transcendental meditation. And like the story behind that, I ended up going to jail. I went to county for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I was in the county for like 2 weeks because I had a weed charge and I had a suspended license. And so I got pulled over, ended up going to jail. Then I was for 2 weeks. And while I was in there, bro, all I did was just read books. And I read before I even went in there, I read Super Rich by Russell Simmons. And that's when I first found out about transcendental meditation. And I ended up going to a lecture meeting about transcendental meditation roughly after that. But when I was in jail, I read this book by Tony Robbins, Awakening the Giant Within. And it was talking about how you can, write out things that you want. And so one of the first things that I wrote on there was to learn TM. And then when I got out, 2 weeks later, I ended up learning TM.
Yeah, I like that one. That better. That TM. I'd rather say it like
you definitely say TM. You definitely say
transcendental meditation. Right.
You got it. You did it.
Hey, we worked on this already. But nah, go ahead.
But yeah, so I learned TM, and my TM teacher told me about this school, for meditation, Vedic science. Because at this time, bro, I'm open. I'm just like, I'm seeking. I'm seeking God. I'm seeking understanding. I'm seeking the truth. I'm seeking knowledge. I'm seeking knowing. I'm seeking all of these things. But I'm also still undisciplined. You know what I mean? I'm still very undisciplined in everything that I'm seeking. But I don't I used to look at it as a bad thing, and I still look at it as like, oh, you could have done better. But at the same time, it's like, no, you tasting everything. Okay, you grasping from everything that you need to grasp from. You're getting all of these different puzzle pieces for you beyond your own understanding and your own knowing. So I come visit the school in 2013, and like it felt like home, bro. It felt like, nigga, you could be here. Like you could be who you want to be here. Right. I'm like, damn, I feel good here. And so I visited in 2013, 2014. I enrolled as a student, and so I moved to Fairfield, Iowa, January 2014, and I came down to study Vedic science, and Vedic science is like the study of natural law, and it also incorporates like Hindu beliefs, not necessarily Hindu beliefs, but more so Hindu science.
Right.
And so like, but they're like, it's a lot of motherfuckers who practice TM, bro. Like if you search TM or transcendental meditation, it's a lot of like celebrities and things of this nature. They're like,
What has that opened up for you? How has that helped your journey?
So how it's helped me, bro, is it is allowing for me to like be less anxious. It's allowed for me to be more centered, to be more focused, to be more shit. It's allowed for me to quiet my thoughts because my mind's always racing, bro. I talk fast sometimes.
I'm the same way. Like I always like gotta get out of my head sometimes.
Yeah.
Nah, stop thinking.
Yeah, and it helps me do that. It helps me to, and I wouldn't even say stop thinking. It just allows for me to be in my body. You know what I mean? Be in my body and to be outside of my body at the same time. And so, 2014, I came.
You said the perfect word, anxious.
Yeah. I was always anxious. I was always anxious, and before I even knew I was anxious, like before I even understood what anxious was, like I had to be able to slow myself down to realize, like, oh, you being anxious. You're anxious right now. You can't be present. You're not enjoying the moment. You're not grateful for the moment. And like I wasn't grateful for anything because I thought everything wasn't going my way any motherfucking way. So what the fuck all this shit. I was like, I checked out. I checked out a long time ago. But anyway, I get down here. I started doing a couple of open mics, performing some of the music that I actually created back in Detroit. So the crazy thing about that, bro, like the song "Glow," I had written and recorded that back in Detroit, probably like 2-3 years prior, and the first time I performed it was in Fairfield. It just felt like I could perform this music that I was creating at that time. Like I didn't think it was acceptable. I didn't think it was gonna be received well. I didn't know. You feel me? And
Why? Because of that particular place that you was at?
Yeah, because the particular place I was at, but also like being in Detroit, I didn't believe in myself enough to put out music that I felt good about. You know what I mean? Like I felt good about the music, but I didn't think that other people would fuck with the music. Okay. You know what I mean? Because I could say because and not give a fucking explanation, but it don't even matter. I just didn't believe in the product that I was whipping up or in the market, right? But while I was there, while I was in Fairfield, I was like, yo, I'm gonna give them this. And so I started giving them my more conscious-based music, and bro, they was fucking with it heavy. And so like that was just making me feel more at home. You know, I felt more at home. I ended up, meeting my wife.
Oh yeah.
I ended up meeting my wife at school. Yeah, so like I like all of that led up, all of this like this ups and downs, twirls and all of the craziness, all of the every step along my path or every step along my journey has led me to this particular point, to who I am, to who I'm healing, who I am becoming. And like, I know that there's more. Like that's a long
Under the scope.